Hope everyone's doing good, feeling good. Quick shout out to our sponsors, PrimeXBT. You guys have been absolutely crushing it, so I really appreciate it. All you gotta do is click the ref link, make an account, then input the code MAIN50, bada bing, bada boom, deposit some money. You get a 7% deposit bonus up to $7,000. So a $100,000 deposit, free 7 grand, a $10,000 deposit, $700, etc. So thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it. It helps me out. The Prime team's very happy, which means your boy Main is happy. So shout out to Prime. If you guys are in my Discord, we've been crushing it. We've been cleaning up. So we basically longed Bitcoin like around here. I think we longed Bitcoin like 3 times, like these 3 bounces or something we nailed. We had some altcoin plays as well. We had a Luna trade that went really well, you know, shorting waves. So a lot of stuff I've been discussing on stream have worked really well. I gave a couple flat out signals that worked, but more than anything, I discussed trade ideas. I give you guys examples. It's up to you to execute, right? I'm not here to trade for you, but from the messages I'm getting in Discord, on Twitter, sounds like people are making some money. People are crushing it. That makes me happy. So we're going to continue on with that. I'm going to look at Bitcoin. I'm going to look at Ethereum. Let's get right into it. So a couple things. First of all, we're at a very critical point here on Bitcoin. Just looking at the high time frame, we have that weekly order block here, right? This candle here, this is the candle that caused this most recent leg down, right? So this is key resistance that we're coming up into, and we've put in not quite a pin bar, but like an indecision candle right at that level as expected. Has a long upper wick, long lower wick. You could call it like a spinning top. You know, rejection where we expected it to happen. Within this order block, we also have our yearly open here, right there. So we've got our yearly open right in line with that order block there. So this is a key area of resistance. And then if you take our little fib guy, you pull that from the high to the low. So this most recent price leg, this downswing, which did break market structures. So you have to remember, from a high time frame perspective, the market structure is bearish. We made a high and then we made a lower low. So our expectation, until proven otherwise, is that a lower high is going to form, and then we're going to see continuation of the trend. That's the expectation. So as much as I want Bitcoin to go to a new all-time high, I'm actually aiming for a move up that may result in a potential lower high to send price back down. It doesn't mean it has to make a new low after that, but I am pretty sure if we get another leg up, we see a large retracement before anything else happens. So, you know, leaning bullish for that next leg up. That being said, you know, this is a down leg, right? On a high time frame. Bearish market structure here based on this low. So any retracement into this zone, we're looking to result in a lower high relative to this high, okay? So we have a first key area of resistance here, right? We have our weekly order block, we have the yearly open, all kind of sandwiched in this same area here. And then just above at the top of the order block, we actually have the midpoint of this entire range. So from here to here, the midpoint is at 50,000. That's why my target, if we're able to get one more push up, is above these highs, right? We have those equal highs here, the top of the order blocks. We also have the mid-range. So a push up into this area, right, would not be surprising to me for where the lower high may form. We're still in a downtrend on the high time frame. This can push up much higher and still go lower, right? Remember our rules with the fibs. We could come all the way up into a very deep retracement here, 55, 58, heck, even 61,000, and then still go down. If we get a push up here and then start seeing rejection, you need to be looking for potential short opportunities. I'm sorry, my Telegram's blowing up. So you gotta keep that in the back of your mind. So while I'm hoping for another leg up, be aware that a lower high is kind of what my expectation is, right? I still think this kind of move would not surprise me. I don't know if this makes a whole nother leg down, but definitely a move up and then a bigger, you know, a large retracement, which would then be a retracement into this range, right? And then we see how that ends up. But we're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves. But those are some high time frame areas I want you to pay attention to. Where we are right now, you want to see the yearly open, 46,200, kind of hold. I don't really want to see us trade below there for any significant period of time, right? I want this price action here to just be a deviation below before continuation higher. My initial target is these highs if we get another leg up, around 50 to 52K, the mid-range of this entire move. Above there, 55K, 58K, 61K are all possible on some sort of extension. Now let's dial it in another level. Here's those same highs I was looking at right here. Kind of nice equal highs there. That would be my target if we get one more extension to the upside. You also have this kind of price floor. This floor before we broke down, sold way off. That would be kind of the magnet, right? 50 to 54K. That would be where I'm aiming if we get that last push up here. The last thing I want to talk about, which I don't think is particularly bullish, but I want to talk about it anyways, okay? I don't like this breakout so far. Now, what do I mean by that? What do you mean, man? You don't like the breakout? How can you not like a breakout? The reason I don't love this breakout is we've been in a range for months here, right? We had this huge range here for months, and then we finally broke that kind of pivotal 45K level. We get a little bloop to the upside, a pullback, and we're just kind of consolidating here. Now, it doesn't mean that this cannot result in this. It absolutely can, right? We broke the level, retesting it, holding, right? We tested support there. We could get that leg up from here. That's what I'm banking on, right? I'm effectively long, and my invalidation basically is if we get back below 45K, realistically, I think your stop goes below this low here. But if we start trading below 45K again and stay there, I'd probably cut my long exposure. But you could have a hard stop around 43,500, whatever this wick is. Target here. Now, after breaking 45K, I want to see explosive movement to the upside. Reason being, if this is accumulation, price needs to move up because the people that accumulated down here need to move price up because they need people to buy. They need demand. Because when there's demand at these higher prices, that Bitcoin that was accumulated down here could be sold into that demand. Because how do you get out of those long positions? You need buyers to sell into, right? So that's how the market moves, right? It moves from buyers to sellers. If I'm accumulating a bunch of coin here, right, of some random coin, okay, we'll call it main coin. I'm buying, and then I'm gonna push price up. And the idea is as price gets pushed up, people step in, they go, oh, this is going up. We're in an uptrend, it's bullish, I wanna buy. And what is happening to the person, me, who bought here? I'm selling to those people. As price pushes up, I'm selling, I'm distributing, that's what distribution means, that position that was accumulated down here at a higher price. So if this was accumulation, for the coins that got accumulated down here, price needs to move higher, create more demand, that can then be sold into. With the backdrop of Do Kwon buying, $1 billion worth of Bitcoin and all that other shit, not dumping through the lows during the start of potentially World War III, all the shit that's going on, Bitcoin holding up relatively well, and then breaking that key level, I want to see a strong move to the upside. If the market is super bullish, we should see an expansive move to the upside pretty soon. Similar to this, we had this very long range here, right? Big move, retest the range highs, and boom. This is the kind of PA I want to see form here. Big move, retest. Now I want to see the expansion. So that's what I'm banking on effectively. I'm banking on this being the breakout. We're now retesting that range high level, these previous lows, I want to see that next leg. Where's this idea wrong? I kind of already explained it to you, and here's that range for the blind homies, right? Here's our big range. Broke out, retest. I don't want to see us trade back within this range. I think you're wrong below here on longs that you took up here, right? If you longed 45K or any of this area here, I think you're wrong down here. And if we have consistent PA below this level, I'm almost certain, obviously I can't be for sure, but I'm pretty sure that we would trade back within the range and then probably back down to the range low. If you did not long 45K, I think the safe bet long is above 48. Make a new high, pile in the longs because we're at least going to here, and that's a 48 to 52K move, right? It's a $4,000 move, still very nice move. And then the bearish scenario is below here. And I posted this chart the other day. I said, if you don't want to trade this, you wait for this to happen or you wait for this to happen. If you're like, I don't know what to do, I would wait for one of these two kind of things to trigger. Now, I posted today that I think if we get above 47, right? So 48K was that original breakout level that I mentioned. But if we get above 47, the reason I think we go to 52 from there is 47 here is that point of breakdown. We came up, retested it, sold off, retested it again, sold off, and we're right back at the level. So to me, acceptance above 47, you could easily put your stop below this wick. That would be a way for you to get in a little earlier. Otherwise, wait for 48K if you're not long already. But that's why I think 47 would lead to the breakout, because we've already rejected here and it failed to make a new low, and we're right back at the level. I think we get above that level, that's probably confirmation that we're going higher. So we're knocking at that level right now, that breakdown level. So I want to see us get above there, and I want to see this. This is what I want to see. I want to see exactly what happened here happen here. Break out of the range, retest it, and boom. Break out of the range, retest it. Now I want to see the expansion to the upside with a target of here at the very least, and then potentially those targets higher that I mentioned. So that's what I'm waiting for on Bitcoin. It is a bit lackluster so far, but people thought this was lackluster. If you go back on Twitter, everyone was saying the same shit. Like, oh my God, we finally broke out and all we did was return to the level immediately. And then it ended up being just a basic ass retest. So hopefully that's the case here. I obviously don't know for sure, but that's what I'm banking on. That is my long scenario. The only way I would short this thing right now is if we had a very nasty run of this high and then back below. That would be a short, or back below this kind of 44,300 level, that range high. Those would be the only two short scenarios I see. Back below 45 for any sustained period of time, I think there's a good chance the high is in for a while. Maybe the year, I don't know. Get above 48K. I do think that we go to at least 50, 52, potentially higher. 50, 52 would be above these highs. Then the fib levels were 58 and 61. But then I do think wherever that leads is going to be a lower high relative to all-time high. And then we got to see if this thing pulls back and then we take our fib from here to here and then it finds support at the mid-range and starts rallying again, maybe we're putting in a big old higher low. But if this thing rejects up here, I'm going to be looking to short, because I do think there will be a sharp sell-off, just like there was here, right? We had the big move up, finally broke out, and then what happened? Finally got the breakout, pulled back. Where do you think we pulled back to? Right into the sweet spot, had another leg. So that could be something that happens here, right? We could get another leg to the upside from here to, let's say, 54,000. Price could have a big breakout, and then it could retest 50K or 48K and then have another leg. But I do think that this high here that forms is one that you want to short, because I do think there will be a sharp pullback, and I do think a lot of alts that have been pumping will be really good short opportunities as well. To be honest with you, other than the Bitcoin longs that I've shared in Discord, right? So, getting long here, getting long here, I would not long this thing right now. Like I said, I'd wait for either 47 or 48K to break. I'd be looking at altcoins. What we've been seeing right now is altcoins have been outperforming. Ethereum outperformed. You had coins like Near go crazy. You had Axis have a crazy day. You had Waves go nuts and then crash. If you're craving volatility, altcoins are where it's at right now. There's been a lot of altcoins that have been going up way more than Bitcoin when it goes up, and going down way more than Bitcoin when it goes down. That's where the volatility is right now. If you're looking for it, go look at altcoins. And if we get another leg up on Bitcoin, I think we're gonna have a really fun time with some alts. I think we're gonna see a lot of altcoins go on some crazy runs. I wouldn't call it alt season, right? People use the term alt season so often, it's like lost its meaning. Alt season is when you can throw a dart at a board and everything is going up thousands of percent. Alt season is not when altcoins are going up 30, 40%. It's awesome, but I wouldn't call it alt season. But that being said, if we get that another leg up on Bitcoin, I do think we're gonna see some great opportunities on alts. So you wanna be paying attention to the ones that are moving, the Lunas, the GMTs, the Waves, the Sols, Near, anything that's been super volatile likely will continue to be volatile if we see that next leg up. Soluna, AVAX, right? Those rotations. Go pay attention to those altcoins. Don't waste your time looking at shit that's not moving. You may love one coin, but if there's coins going up massive amounts every day as the market goes up and your coin's underperforming, you're missing out on opportunity, right? Go where the volatility is, okay? Let's get on to Ethereum. So Ethereum looks much better than Bitcoin. Why? Well, Ethereum BTC has been in an uptrend for the last 3 weeks compared to Bitcoin. So this is the range that we've been in for ages on Ethereum BTC. We are coming into some resistance here. And as you can see, we're starting to potentially reject here a little bit. But the best case scenario for Ethereum is that this is just an uptrend here, right? High, low, higher low, and then potentially a higher high. That would be the best case scenario for Ethereum, and would likely mean that if Bitcoin's gonna go higher, Ethereum's gonna outperform on the upside as well. If you look, right, off of the lows, right, where was Bitcoin at the low here? It's a 40% move. Was Ethereum more? Yeah. Right? Ethereum's been outperforming Bitcoin on this most recent move. So I think Ethereum looks better. If you just look at the two charts, Bitcoin is into that weekly resistance right now, whereas Ethereum has already cleared that area. I'm hoping that Do Kwon buying BTC and then just the strength of the Ethereum chart itself leads me to believe that there is another leg up coming for Ethereum and consequently for Bitcoin. Similar to, I think, Bitcoin going to, 52K, 55K maybe, even a little higher. I think that next level on Ethereum, like this looks like a breakout to me of this area right here. Like we broke that high yesterday. So to me, Ethereum dips are for buying up towards 4,000. Dips are for buying up towards 4,000. If we zoom in, we didn't quite get as clean of a pullback on the range. It came just shy of that order block. But what I like here on Ethereum is you have this breaker right here. This is the up move that caused this move down, blasted through. This looks like a nice SR flip. Yeah, we've got an SFP here, but I like how we're holding above here. Similar to Bitcoin, right? I want to see Ethereum stay above 34, just like I want Bitcoin to stay above 45. If Bitcoin gets below 45 and Ethereum gets below 34, I think we go lower. So if Ethereum gets down below here, I think you could trade that probably back towards 31, 32. But ideally, I like Ethereum where it is here. I want it to stay above this 3,400 level, and I'm looking at 39 to 4,000 as the target. So if Bitcoin gets that leg up to 50 to 55, I'm hoping Ethereum gets a leg up to around 4,000. Just like on Bitcoin though, look at the weekly, that's a break in market structure. So if we're looking for a pullback here, look, we got the mid-range right there as well, right at where we are, 3,500, the mid-range of that entire down move. So that it's leading, right? Bitcoin's mid-range was 50K. Ethereum's already at it, but you can see the similarities, right? Bitcoin's trading within this order block and the weekly's up here. Ethereum's already through the order block and it's at the weekly mid-range. So similar to Bitcoin though, we have this break in market structure here. So a pullback here, maybe it goes up to here, but I would be looking for a potential lower high to form up here and then a pullback. And then from there, we decide, okay, is this going to fucking eat a dick and we're all going to be poor? Or is this a trend change, and we're going to see a pullback and then another leg like we did here, right? Move up, lower high, pullback, continuation. That's the ideal scenario, but you got to be prepared for this second leg to potentially be just a lower high, right? Low, high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? So up into here is where I'm looking at Ethereum. This order block here, if I throw on the other fibs here, you'll see 38, 4,000, as high as 4,300 are those deep fib pullbacks. I'm looking at this order block right here. This seems like the draw to me, right around here, 38 to 4,000. All I see is a floating neck. You're super handsome in the dark. That's what every girl has ever said to me at a nightclub until they wake up the next day and they just see this fucking big old neck and pale face and fucking perf stash right next to them. I'm gonna be at Gold Rush fucking making it rain dollar bills as soon as I get off the fucking airplane, okay? I don't know how to not go hard. Do I look like a guy who uses kettlebells, dude? I don't know who that guy is, but he is redacted. He effing redact. You know what I'm saying when I say redacted? The word that I really mean? First of all, only a Sith speaks in absolutes. I am not a Sith. If I was a Star Wars character, clearly I would be Luke Skywalker because he's the most powerful Jedi of all time. Or I would be Jar Jar Binks because I am the comic relief of the series that went horribly wrong and that everyone hates. Get this garbage out of here. That guy's a redact. My brain is very smooth. It's like a Windows 95 computer. You can't have a bunch of shit open. Who fucking knows? What if Satoshi reveals himself and proves that he's Satoshi, and it turns out he's a child molester? Possibly. It's just a distraction, man. They want to keep you in the fucking matrix. They don't want you to see what they're doing. The lizard people who run this fucking planet, they don't want you to unplug and become awakened and open your motherfucking third eye. Yeah, hit your fucking hopium. What the fuck are you smoking, homie? Is that angel dust? PCP? What the fuck, bro? It's a school night. Now you're trying to sell drugs in my chat? We will not have that. This is a fucking drug-free zone. I haven't gotten high in 2.5 years. Can you believe it? I haven't smoked any weed in 2.5 years after smoking weed every day for like 15 years. I think I did a really good job and I'm really proud of myself because at one point this was a big thick white candle. It looks scary, like my wiener. Okay, he's a redact. This guy said he came. Okay, bro. This is like some fucking trading ASMR shit. I just bring the mic really fucking close and tell you to fucking long the order block, you little bitch. Is that what you need to hear, bro? You sick fuck. Your girlfriend probably wants to have sex with me, let's be honest. Say hello to your mother and your sister as well. I'm a wild guy. Things might get crazy. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And so I need to trade this. I have to, or else who am I? I'm not Trader Main. I know that much. I might just be a regular main. Regular main isn't verified on fucking twitter.com, so there is hope. I don't know what hand motion that was. I would like that stricken from the record.